You want to take off about that much? I'm going to just take the ends off.
Yeah.
And remember, I want this to be long. The coolness of this haircut is how long it is with how cool the layers blend. She says she wants her layer here, and the reason that she's saying that is twofold. One is because she's scared to cut it shorter.
No, I like to put it back.
Okay, and two is because she likes to put it back. But as a hairdresser, I have to inform her that the worst place she could ever have her bangs cut her is at her chin. Okay? Ever.
Why?
And
Really?
yes, because when haircut, it's like there's two places you never want to do these two things. You never want to put a center part on somebody, and you never want to cut their hair to here. And the reason is because if you think of beauty, what is beauty? Beauty is a symmetrical face, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Nobody has a perfectly symmetrical face, okay? But when you have a center part right down the middle of your face, immediately my eye can go and measure your face, the symmetry of your face, subconsciously. You follow me? So all of a sudden, when you have this hard line, it like says, it's just saying, here's the two sides, measure them up, subconsciously, okay? So center parts are extremely hard on anybody's face, okay? That's why everybody looks so much more amazing and flattered when they have side sweep bangs. See what I'm saying? Because it takes off part of the face. You can't measure it. You understand?
Yeah.
So you can't see the symmetry because it's part of it's hidden. When you have the middle, it's right there, bang. Another thing is, whereas this is also a bad place, this is a bad place. See it? All of a sudden now this is going to bring out a lot of things. Fat face, skinny face. You see what I'm saying? Long ass forehead, whatever. So, you guys got me? You see where I'm coming? You want to cut through the face, cut through. Take out the symmetry. Leave something to the imagination. That's when people look their best. Okay? As a hairdresser, I would not want to cut your hair to here. Where I would want to cut your hair to is your mouth.
Okay. That's
Okay?
fine.
And the mouth is a good place, especially if she has nice, kind of very cute lips. Okay? And because wherever this hair hits, that's where the attention's going to be drawn to the face, right? Because the hair kind of comes in points, boom, right to it. Follow? This is the kind of stuff that makes a hairdresser, separates them from the good ones from the great ones and the bad ones. It's not the technique. You guys are sooner or later going to master the techniques. It's your eye and knowing what to put on who and where to put it. Your eye is the eye that you develop, and your eye is going to be the thing that separates you from the rest of the pack, okay? Your wave, is this a natural wave or did you do
Yes.
this?
Yeah, this is air dry. Yeah.
It's air dried. Do you blow dry your hair? Okay. Would you blow dry your hair?
Not every day.
And the way I make a triangle section is just by coming off the side of this part to the hairline, and that makes a big triangle. See it? Okay? So that will be my very first parting. My second parting is going to be parallel to that, like this, and just make a bigger triangle. See what I'm doing? You guys follow that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this makes a small triangle, then this part comes in and makes a bigger triangle, then the next one's going to come in like this and make a bigger triangle, and so forth and so on. Okay? Now, the angle that I'm going to make this part on is very much determined by the angle I'm going to cut the hair on. The angle that I'm going to cut the hair on and the angle of the parting here are parallel. They're the same. Okay? So, here's my part, and I'm going to cut the hair exactly on that same angle. See how they're mirrored? This angle and this angle are one and the same. You guys follow me? Okay, so if you're cutting this angle, you're going to part that same angle. Boom. Parallel to each other. All right? We are not going to take the hair down here and cut it on that angle. And the reason is because this is called on base. When the hair is taken straight down from where it comes out of the head, boom, straight down, that's called on base. And what on base does, on base creates heavy, hard, blunt, full, thick. Okay? Boom. I want to take it off base. Another word for it is over-directed. Over-direction. Because what over-direction creates is soft, layers, movement, and length. All the things that I want to see in her hair. I want her hair to be soft, moving, disconnected, length. Okay? So instead of taking the hair boom down here and cutting it on an angle across her face from short to long, I'm going to take it over here and I'm going to cut it. Okay? Because the farther, look at this, the farther that hair is over-directed to get to its guideline, the more movement it has when it comes back. You guys follow? Mm-hmm. Okay? And if some of you guys have just started haircut and you're watching this and this is like Martian talk, don't worry about it, because it will all sink in. Eventually, everything comes back around. Okay? So, these angles are the same, but one is on base, one is off base. They give you two totally different things. If you cut it on base, you get heavy, blunt, thick. Okay? That's on base is great for Vidal Sassoon bob. Bam! Right? That, you know, you want that to be boom, you know, it's just like boom, 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 you know, those geometric lines that are very cool. That's great for that. But for soft hair, this moving kind of hair, this freestyle kind of hair, disconnected, go off base, over-directed, away. The farther I over-direct, the more movement I have when it returns. Because it's going to come back to where gravity's going to take it back here. So when I take it over there, gravity will take it back, but it will have all this softness, layer, movement, length to it. Okay? They're both to be used. On base is great, over-directed is great, but you have to know when and where to use them to achieve what you're looking for. And how do I know to over-direct where? Very simple. That's my eye. That's my decision I have to make. As the artist of this haircut, I have to decide how much movement do I want in this haircut? Do I want to come in way over here? Do I want to come in here? Do I want to come in here? Or do I want it heavy? You guys follow me? So, like, in haircutting, there's a lot of formulations, but also don't be afraid to think independently of science. Because what I see is a lot of haircutters get all hung up in, like, got to take this section to that section and then that section to this section. You get bound up in all the rules, okay? Free yourself, know the rules, and then by knowing the rules, it allows you to free up and break them. Here's the line that I'm going to cut. It's a semi-curved line, see it? Okay? This is the guide. So that means when I'm down here, I'm almost straight down. See? So over here, I take the hair here, 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 here. What's happening? Less and less over direction, correct? Why?
To keep the length.
To keep the length what? Long but heavy, right? When you say to somebody, I'm going to keep your length, you're not talking like 4 strands of hair, right? Unless they want to go Mick Jagger or Rod Stewart, you know, that cool like shag, you know, like everything's all thinned out. But for this kind of haircut, she wants to see hair here, correct? So does that make sense to you guys? Yeah. Look, over direct. This right here is where I need all the movement in this pack of the hair, see? And then as it comes here, it gets slowly harder to where it's all hard. Okay? So to do this kind of hair cutting, you need to have these 4 techniques. Over direction. Technique number 2, aeration. Technique number 3, slide cutting. Technique number 4, channel cutting. We have 3 products in the hair. We have Vital Complex, which is a leave-in spray that lowers the pH of the hair so it takes all the tangles out. And it has emollients. We have Smoothie, which also has a low consistency or acid consistency, and it has a lot of emollients and essential fatty acids. Awesome for smoothing hair. We have Quick Fix, which actually literally leave it in the hair and it repairs your hair as a leave-in, okay? Protein and moisture. A remedy, also a weightless smooth serum.
Keratin.
Because of the keratin. And then over here we have sugar. This stuff's the bomb. Okay, let me turn you on to the hottest new thing in the hair industry. Sugar. Okay.
The leave-in
Sugar. Leave-in. Cool. Look at this. Leave-in aerosol. Is that cool? Leave-in aerosol. And I'll show you how we use it. Okay. I put her part over here. She literally parts it on the other side of the head, so just flip-flop everything, okay? So here we go. We got the part over.
Say goodbye.
Sounds like Robin Hood
I know, right?
in the Sherwood
Sherwood Forest.
Forest.
Oh my gosh. Don't worry. Oh my gosh. Try. I know, I don't know. Wow.
It's gorgeous.
I would die. Oh my gosh.
Over direct. Aerate.
I'm not gonna look.
Don't look. This is
It's gonna look good.
So awesome.
It's gonna look good. Don't worry. Those are your.
can't-
I'll wait till the end.
Here's the thing. You want this to frame your face, correct?
Yes, yes.
You can't frame your face unless it's cut,
Exactly.
right?
That's
Okay,
true.
so without doing this, it's not gonna frame. Now we need to slide. We're gonna go back down to the center.
Looking good.
You see how this works, you guys? How this slide works? Because when I can do this slide, look. I can cut somebody who has 17-foot hair and blend it. You follow? Over here. I'm going to end up with all of her length, all of it. Not 1 centimeter will be cut off of her length. Is that good to hear?
It is good.
So we got over direction. There it is. There's my guide. We're going to aerate in. Look how deep I'm cutting. I'm parallel. It's not this. It's parallel. So I get all these pieces, see? All those pieces. Then from here, we need to start bringing this length in. So we're going to come here, we're going to connect, and we're going to slide through. As we get here now, we're going to continue that line all the way down. So now we got to blend all the way. We got this really cool area that's going to kick around her face, see? With all the length. There's no difference in the length, correct?
Right.
Now we're going to go this way. We're going to crisscross it. Look over. Well, it's a great question. First I bring it to the other side and then I connect it with the piece that I cut on the other side, the shortest piece, right? So now there's a connection and now...
So it's like a guy.
Exactly. It's your guide there for where your length is going to go. Look, then... you feeling?
Pretty
A
good.
little
No, by the reaction's pretty
Are
good.
you a little scared?
No, I was at first. When everyone was like, I was like, what?
I think it's going to come out really good. Now, we're going to the back to the center. See, this is the point where I stopped taking hair. This freaks out a lot of new haircut, even haircutters that have been cutting 10, 20 years. The reason is because you're flipping out. Look, you're like, huh? I'm going to the back center? I mean, I go all the way and bring hair to that line? Yes. Because if you don't go all the way and bring that hair to this line, you're going to have pieces that don't match. And that's going to look horrendous. That's not professional. A professional haircut must blend everywhere. Or not blend anywhere, but that's because you decide not to blend it, not because you don't know how. You guys see what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's your line. Frame the face. The line's got to be extremely steep, broken, so that I create modern texture. The broken line gives the texture modern. Okay? The blunt line is not modern. The broken line is modern. Now, all this hair comes here. Now we do everything forward like this. The one thing we're always thinking of when we're cutting the front is how is this going to affect the back, correct? It's all based on over direction. If the hair travels here and gets cut, it's going to end up much shorter back here than if it travels here to get cut, correct? If it travels all the way down here to get cut, it's not going to be as short, correct? So depending on the layers that you want to see in the back of the haircut, that's where you decide where it comes up front to get cut. Does that make sense, you guys? So if you want layers in the back, have it come to the shortest part of the line. I want layers in the back of this, so I'm going to have it come here. If I don't want layers, as many layers, look, have it come down here. I want even fewer layers, have it come here. Does that make sense to you guys? Abstracted. But you have to start learning, okay, if I take hair from this area and I cut it at this area, what's it going to do when it returns? You have to know that. Now we're going to freestyle into this. Look how cool this is starting to look. Because now I want to create a little more texture. And the little more texture, I want to create direction. We've got the outside line now. Now we have to create the inside direction. Do you know what I mean when I say inside direction? Okay, when you see a haircut that goes bam, and you see all those boom, everything's like directed in that way. You have to, the way you get that is by cutting the direction in. Okay. When you channel water somewhere, what are you doing with the water? You're directing it, right? We're taking that water from this area and we're going to channel it over here. We're going to move it there. So what you do is you cut channels in the hair like this. So you want to create movement there? Look. Good? Yes. Okay. See how to do it? Yeah. It's simple. Okay? It's 4 steps, you guys. Over direct, aerate, slide, channel. Okay, so there's 2 more places in here that we have to cut now. 2 more, all right? We have to cut the length, remember?
Right.
We just do a trim.
Yeah.
And then we have to cut a little here.
Why?
You don't have to.
Okay.
We liked a lot of height. We'd have to cut some texture here to lift. Because when hair is all the way that long in the crown, is it ever going to stand up? Look how heavy. It's not going to stand up. But
That's good.
you don't want it to stand up,
No.
right? But if we wanted that to stand up, we would come in, pop, 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 pop. We'd poke a little pieces in here that would be invisible, but they would create. What we do is we would poke in supporting pillars. Do you understand what I mean? Like pillars of shorts that would support the mediums, that would support the long.
You're gonna have to do it on.
I'll do it on some of these other haircuts for sure. Yeah. So instead of going this route, which is the route that most people cut all their length with, right? Right, guys? Isn't that the way you cut your length? And then, okay. Here's my theory on it. Once hair passes these shoulders, you don't need this technique. This is a technique for precision. This is good from the shoulders up. But once the shoulders are involved, it's not going to fall clean. Those shoulders won't let it. So I have a better way, at least what I think is a better way. So what I do is instead of taking partings this way, I take them like this. Strips. Vertical strips. Head straight down, huh? And I go right down the center. Watch how cool this is. When we all are in the salon, what we tend to do is we all negotiate with our clients. Well, you negotiate with them. How much length can I take? Correct, you guys? They'll say, oh, take an inch, take a 2-inch, whatever they feel comfortable with. That doesn't make sense, does it? What do they really need to have cut? What's needed, right? Okay. So the way you'll find what's needed, not to say that you're going to cut it, because if they say no, then it's no, because it's their hair. But you have to at least inform them what's needed so that they can make that decision. You follow me? This is the way you find it. Real simple. Head down. When I let go of this, you're going to see exactly where her hair needs to be cut. It'll tell you every time. You guys see it?
Yeah.
In a perfect world, we need it there, don't we? To make it perfectly blunt, correct? To get the majority of it, we probably need to go there, correct? All right, so now I need to tell her that so that she can make that decision. Because she can't see this back there, so I need to sort of inform her of which way she's going to go.
What if the hair's really curly? Like
Lay it down slick, it will lay down. Just push it down. Okay? So now we're going to come here, we go here, and there we are. Okay, so you guys see where it needs to go?
Yeah.
Boom, right? That much for a perfect line.
sure.
Every time they'll say yes. Yes, every time. There's not one person who's ever said no to me.
What?
Less.
Less, you think?
I'm gonna give you
Who doesn't want to have their hair perfect? All right, remember you guys?
It's not a lot.
Remember that technique, that will get your ass out of a lot of hot water.
I did that.
It's only going to take out the length in the very back because I'm cutting a straight line. So, how does it look so far?
Yep. Let's go.
Brittany's going to do one of her amazing blow dries. Have you guys ever seen how good of a blow dryer Brittany is?
Oh, she's
You
good.
want to watch?
I do.
Brittany is one of the wizards of blow drying in our salon. So you just come in with this, and that will get rid of your flyaways. Look, you spray with the direction of the hair. And the wind from the aerosol literally, okay, when you guys want shine in the hair, you don't go, okay? She hates that when I fog up her. You don't go back and forth, because this is good, but that's bad, because I'm spraying it up, and it does smell good. Look at yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great job, Brittany. Great.